Okay, so we will be continuing with numericals on work energy principle. Next question. We will go through this question. Figure shows a collar of mass 20 kg. Okay, so here you can see this figure is given in the question. Here a collar is there. Mass of the collar is 20 kg, which is supported on smooth rod. Very important word here. What is given? We have smooth rod, meaning friction is not there. The attached springs are both compressed 0.4 meter when D is equal to 0.5 meter. Okay, so I have shown here one diagram. When this distance D, it is 0.5 meter. Okay, both the springs are compressed by 0. Okay, they are compressed, and that initial deformation is 0.4 meter. Now here, since we have two springs and block will move downward. Okay, here you can see in second diagram. Here we have to do analysis for two springs. Okay, this will be spring 1 and this will be spring 2. So you will have undeformed length of spring 1, then deformation of spring 1. Okay, initial deformation, final deformation. Similarly, for spring 2, you will have free length of spring 2, then initial deformation of spring 2 and final deformation of spring 2. Okay, so spring analysis of spring part is important. Once that is done, easily you can apply work energy principle. Okay, so we'll continue with the question. Determine the speed of collar after the applied force F equal to 100 Newton. So here you can see applied force is there, F 100 Newton at an angle of 60 degree with horizontal. Okay, now here the force applied is angular, so we need y component of the force. Okay, because displacement of the block is in y direction. So work, in order to calculate work, we require y component of applied force. Determine the speed of collar after the applied force F equal to 100 Newton causes it to be displaced so that D is equal to 0.3 meter. So D is, in second figure you can see I have shown D is equal to 0.3 meter. So we have to determine the speed of the collar. Okay, so this is position 1 and this is position 2. And at position 2 we have to determine what is the speed of the collar. Now collar is at rest when D is equal to 0.5 meter. So in the first diagram here, initial velocity, okay, you can say V1, this value is 0. But because of application of force, we have some value of V2 and that value is asked in this question. So we will start with the analysis part. So I'll write down the few points. Okay, very important points I have to write down. First one is upper spring. We'll give some notation to the spring. Upper spring is spring 1 and bottom spring is spring 2. So upper spring, that is spring 1, first we will consider that. What is given here? The springs are both compressed 0.4 meter when D is equal to 0.5 meter, meaning both the springs are under compression. Okay, so what will happen when you consider at this location both the springs are compressed by 0.4 meter, here also 0.4 meter. Now when block moves down, spring 1 it is elongating, whereas spring 2 it is further getting compressed. Okay, so we have to consider, we have to find x1 and x2 for both the springs. Okay, so initially both the springs are compressed, but once the force is applied and spring and the block is at this location when D is equal to 0.3 meter. Spring 1 it is being elongated, whereas spring 2 it is further compressed. Okay, so this analysis we have to do now. So x1 we will consider, I'll write down x1, it is initial deformation. Now what is that? It is given in the question for spring 1. We are looking for spring 1. Initial deformation is how much? 0.4 meter. It is compressed. Spring is compressed. Okay, now once we apply the force, spring 1, it will expand. Okay, so I'll write down, it will extend. Okay, so I'll write down, when collar moves down. What is the distance the collar moves down? This is 0.5 and this is 0.3. So collar moves by a distance of 0.2 meter. 0.5 minus 0.3 meter. 0.2 meter. When collar moves down by 0.2 meter, spring 1 is elongated. So what is x2? For spring 1, it will be 0.4 minus 0.2. Why? Because here this is compression and here this is elongation of spring. Okay, so here this will be negative. Okay, so finally what we will get, this value, it will be equal to 0.2 meter. And again, since this value has not become 0, okay, this value, if you see the expansion, it has not overcome the compression. Okay, and this value is not greater than 0.4, meaning still the spring is in compression. Okay, even after elongation. So this is spring is compressed. So I'll explain you the meaning of this, what we have done here. Spring 1, initially at position 1, it is compressed. What is x1? 0.4 meter. Now when block is moved at position 2, because of this applied force, even though this spring is elongated, okay, it moves down by length of 0.2 meter. Okay, so this will be 0.4 minus 0.2. Okay, and that will be 0.2 meter. Still the spring is compressed. Okay, it has not overcome the compression. Okay, so this is about analysis of upper spring, that is spring 1. Now we will see the lower spring. Okay, so lower spring, that is spring 2. So I'll again write down x1 and x2 for spring 2. Okay, so x1 is initial deformation. What is initial deformation given for both spring? It is 0.4 meter compressed when D is equal to 0.5 meter. So both the springs are initially compressed when D is equal to 0.5 meter. Okay, now when collar moves down, when collar moves down by 0.2 meter, spring 2 is compressed further. Okay, now what is the compression? Understand this. Initially it is compressed. Okay, what is that? 0. Here you can see this is initially spring 2 is compressed. This is 0.4 meter. Now again that spring is being pushed in downward direction by 0.2 meter. So further compression will be there. What is the net deformation now? 0.4 plus 0.2 meter. So 0.6 meter compression. Okay, so I'll write down x2 for spring 2 is final deformation. And that value is equal to 0.4 plus 0.2. Both are compression. In both the cases, spring is being compressed. That is why I am using here plus. This is equal to 0.6 meter compression. So here you can understand that. I'll show you both the analysis now together. For both the springs, upper spring and lower spring, initial deformation is same, 0.4 meter. But since collar is moving in downward direction, X2 final deformation of spring, it is 0.2 meter, and the bottom spring final deformation is 0.6 meter, and both are compressed. Both the springs are still compressed only. Now once the analysis of spring is done, rest of the question is easy. Okay, we have to apply work energy principle. Using work energy principle, summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Now here, how many work done we have? Okay, work done by force. How many forces are there? Okay, we'll see the diagram. So total work done on left hand side, okay, of work energy principle equation, it will be spring force 1, spring force 2. We don't have friction. Okay, then block, it travels from position 1 to position 2. So there will be some potential energy. Okay, because of the weight. Force because of work done because of weight. Okay, that part we have to consider. And here we have external force also. Okay, it's Y component. Okay, it is in the direction of displacement. So it will be plus 100 sine 60 into what is the displacement? 0.2 meter. So we have to consider all these forces on left hand side. So I'll write down. First will be half K x1 square minus x2 square. This will be for spring 1. Then second one will be work done half K x1 square minus x2 square. This will be for spring 2. Next, since the block, okay, there will be work done because of the weight. Okay, block, it travels in the direction of mg. Okay, so block is traveling in downward direction. So mg is also in downward direction. So work done because of weight force, that will be positive. Okay, so I'll write down plus mgh. What is mgh? M is 20, G is 9.81, and H is how much? 0.5 minus 0.3. Okay, so I'll write down plus mgh. Next one, we have external force. Okay, its Y component, it will be F, which is 100 sine 60, and displacement is 0.2 meter. Now this force is in the direction of displacement. Okay, so that will be positive. Work done is positive. So plus work done by force equal to half change in kinetic energy, half m, final position is 2. So half m v2 square minus initial position v1 square. Okay, now we have to substitute the values. K value, we'll see if it is given in the question or not. So K value for spring 1, it is given in the question. Okay, so understand this. K1 value, it is 15 Newton per meter, and K2 value, it is 25 Newton per meter. So substitute these values in work energy principle equation. So I'll write down the equation now. Half K for spring number 1 is 15 into x1 square minus x2 square for spring 1. Okay, so x1 is 0.4 minus 0.2. Okay, so 0.4 square minus 0.2 square. Plus for second spring, half K for second spring is 25 Newton per meter into x1 minus x2. Okay, for lower spring, x1 is 0.4 meter, so 0.4 meter square, minus x2 is 0.6 meter, so minus 0.6 meter square. So 0.4 square minus 0.6 square plus mgh. So this we have seen already, we have mgh. Okay, so m is mass of the collar is 20 kg into g is 9.81 into h value is 0.2. Okay, this is positive. Okay, because weight is acting downward and displacement is also downward. Next, we have work done by force. Now work done by force, that force is acting in downward direction and displacement is also in downward direction by 0.2 meters. So this is also positive. So y component of force we have already discussed, it is plus 100 sine 60 into displacement is 0.2 meter. This will be equal to change in kinetic energy half mass of the collar 20 into velocity of 0.1. Okay, it is 0, and velocity of 0.2 we have to calculate. It is asked in the question. So in bracket we have v2 square. So what is the only unknown in this equation? Only unknown is velocity of 0.2. So I'll write down velocity of 0.2. It is 2.344 meter per second. This is final answer. So we'll go through the numerical again. What we have actually done in this numerical. Okay, this setup is given. Okay, and when initially D is 0.5 meter, both the springs are compressed. Okay, and initial deformation in both the spring, it is 0.4 meter. Then because of the application of the external force, block moves down by 0.2 meter. So we have to calculate what is the velocity or speed of the collar after application of the force. Okay, and that we have calculated v2 value. So velocity is equal to 2.344 meter per second. So what is this question? Block is there. When D is 0.5 meter, it is given in the question that collar is at rest when D is equal to 0.5 meter, and both the springs, deformation, initial deformation, both are compressed 0.4 meter. Now once we apply the force F, this block will move in downward direction, and at this position, what is the velocity of 0.2? Okay, I mean collar at location 2, that we have calculated. So this force is applied over here, okay, initially only, and then because of that this collar moves in downward direction, and initially velocity is 0. Once we apply the force, collar is moving in downward direction, and at position 2 we have calculated v2. So don't get confused over here that I have shown force in diagram 2. Okay, but here itself it is applied, and once this is applied, the collar moves in downward direction. Next question we will see. Now before moving on to this question, I would like to discuss one more question. We will see variation of this question. Okay, I'll show you the question. This question, there is a variation of this question that we will see. Okay, same data, same diagram is there, only one data variation is there. Here if you see, initially velocity of block is 0. Okay, block is released from rest. Okay, now see this numerical. This was asked in one of the question papers. Diagram is same, okay, only orientation is changed, angle is different, but here what is given, when in the position shown in figure 5, the 5 kg box is moving down the inclined plane at a speed of 6 meter per second, meaning here initial velocity VA, that is 6 meter per second. So if you consider right hand side of kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy, okay, that will be having some VA value. Here you can see we have VA value on right hand side. Okay, so it will be half m VB square minus VA square, and if you see this question, again it is asked in the question that what is the compression of the spring. Here we have to assume that it is maximum compression. Okay, so block will come at rest at position B, so VB is 0. Okay, but VA here it is 6 meter per second. Okay, that is the only variation in this numerical. Rest all the equations will remain as it is. Okay, so what we have seen today, this numerical. Okay, same numerical is there, but in the numerical which we solved, okay, numerical which we solved, there VA was also 0, VB was also 0. Okay, only that much difference is there. Okay, so this is the way in which you can have variation in numericals. So we'll go to the question which we were solving. Now again, this question has some type of variation. Okay, so after solving this question, I'll tell you what is the variation of this question. I'll read the question. Two springs, each having stiffness of 0.6 Newton per centimeter. Now, please make a note of the units here. Everywhere centimeter is given. In diagram also length is given in centimeter and stiffness is also given in Newton per centimeter. Okay, you can work with this centimeter unit or you can work with meter unit. Okay, I will be converting centimeter into meter. Okay, I will be using meters. You can use centimeters also, you will get same answer. But if you are converting meter, convert everything in meter. If you are using centimeter, keep everything in centimeter only. Two springs, each having stiffness of 0.6 Newton per centimeter. So here you can see. Now forget about this bottom spring. This is not there. Okay, this is part 2 of the question. So we have two ends, two springs are there. A ball is attached over here. One more spring is there. Two springs each having stiffness. So here also 0.6 Newton per centimeter. Here also stiffness K is 0.6 Newton per centimeter. And length 20 centimeter are connected to a ball. This is a ball of weight 50 Newton. So this is a ball, weight is 50 Newton. Here ball B is not there. This B is not there in the question. So here this is the ball whose weight is 50 Newton. The initial tension developed in each spring is 1.6 Newton. Very important data. Understand this data. Now what happens? It depends exactly on the distance of this ball and the spring. Initial tension is given, meaning both the springs are elongated. Okay, they are currently in elongated position. So this 20 centimeter, this is not the free length which is given in the question. We have to find what is free length. Okay, we have to find what is deformation. This is very important. Now one more variation I told you is there in this question. There what is given in that numerical, initial tension developed in spring is not given. Okay, so in that type of numerical, this 20 centimeter itself is free length of the spring. Okay, but for this numerical, since it is given that initial tension in both the springs, okay, it is 1.6 Newton, meaning both the springs are right now in elongated condition, okay, at this location. The arrangement is initially horizontal. That is why I told you forget about this part. Initially arrangement is horizontal as shown in figure. If ball is allowed to fall from rest, now from this position ball is allowed to fall in downward direction. What will be velocity at D? That is asked. So this is the second position. Now springs are again elongated. Initially also they were elongated. If ball is allowed to fall in downward direction, again there will be elongation in the spring. Okay, so initially also it is elongated, finally again it is elongated. After it has fallen through a height of 15 centimeters. So this height is given 15 centimeters. So now here we will understand the concept of initial tension and initial compression. So this is a spring. Okay, now this is the free length of the spring and spring is elongated, meaning spring is being pulled in this direction like this. So spring is elongated. So this is the total length of the spring. So what will be the deformation of the spring? It will be total length minus free length. Now if in the question instead of initial tension, initial compression is given, in that case what will happen? Spring is compressed. Okay, so this is free length of the spring and total length you can see it is reduced. Total length it is compressed. So this is the total length of the spring. So what will be the deformation of spring? It will be free length minus total length. This is the deformation of spring. Here, this is the deformation of spring in case of initial tension. So this concept we have to use now. Okay, so I'll write down few statements here. Initially, at horizontal position of spring, initial tension is given. So 20 centimeter is not the free length of spring. Very important point. So what is the initial tension given? Initial tension, it is equal to 1.6 Newton, meaning this is spring force. Okay, so how to calculate deformation using spring force? F1 is equal to K x1. Okay, F1 is 1.6 equal to K, stiffness value it is given in the question. So stiffness is 0.6 Newton per centimeter into deformation. Okay, x1. So from here I will get x1 value. Okay, so x1 is equal to 2.667, unit will be centimeter. Okay, I'll convert this in meter. So this is 0.02667 meter. Next we have to find free length of spring. Now what is free length of spring? It will be, you have to understand this equation. Initially spring is in tension. So x is equal to total length minus free length. So what will be free length? It will be total length, which is 20 given in the question. Okay, this is the total length. Spring is elongated, minus deformation x, and deformation x we have already calculated. Okay, so I'll calculate the free length of spring. So here what equation I am going to use? Since it is in tension, we have to use this equation. X is equal to total length TL minus free length FL. This equation I have written. Now what I have to calculate? Free length. Okay, so free length we have to calculate FL. So free length, it will be equal to total length minus x. Okay, in our case x is equal to x1. So total length, it is given in the question. Okay, elongated length. This is total length 20 centimeter. Minus deformation x1, it is 2.667 centimeter. So from here I can calculate free length of the spring, which is 17.333 centimeter. Okay, and this will be equal to 0.1733 meter. Now this is about first part of the question. Okay, now this ball, it is released from this position, and the ball, the new position of the ball is position D. Now here the spring has further elongated. Okay, and we need to find out what is the final deformation of spring. Okay, that will be x2. We have found x1 when position of the spring, this is horizontal. Okay, and it is initially elongated, so this is the total length, and we found the deformation, we found the free length. Now that, using that free length and using this elongation, we can find deformation x2. Okay, so how to calculate this now? I'll write down final deformation x2. It is equal to, how to calculate this now? It will be, again here we have tension. Okay, spring is elongated. Okay, and we are calculating x. So what will be the equation? It will be total length minus free length. Total length minus free length. What is the total length? Total length at the given position. Okay, so we have to find hypotenuse of this triangle ACD. What will be that? It will be under root of 20 square plus 15 square minus free length. Okay, so under root of, total length will be under root of 20 square plus 15 square. Okay, this is the total length. Okay, elongated length minus free length we have already calculated, it is 17.333 centimeter. So here I can calculate x2. It is 7.67 centimeter equal to 0.0767 meter. Okay, now K value, it is given in the question, K value is 0.6 Newton per centimeter. I will convert this in Newton per meter, 60 Newton per meter, multiply by 100. Okay, why? Because centimeter is there in denominator. How to convert centimeter into meter? You have to divide by 100. So in denominator it is there, again divide by 100, it will go in numerator. So 0.6 into 100, we will get 60 Newton per meter. Now once we have calculated the initial deformation, okay, and final deformation. What is the initial deformation? 0.02667 meter. What is the final deformation? 0.0767 meter. Okay, so here we have initial deformation, here we have final deformation. Now suppose in the question this 20 centimeter itself is the free length, then initial deformation x1, that will be equal to 0, because this is given as free length in that numerical. Okay, that you have to just keep in mind. So for this case we have both x1 and x2. So I'll apply work energy principle. Using work energy principle, what I can write down? Summation of work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Now what work done is involved over here, we will see that. Okay, so if you consider, here we have two springs. Okay, and both the springs, all the data is same. Work done by one spring force. Okay, that you have to multiply by 2. Don't forget that, because we have two springs over here. Okay, then second thing is ball, it travels from top to bottom. It has weight. Okay, what is the mass given here? It is weight is given in the question. Ball has a weight of 50 Newton. So here weight is 50 Newton and it travels in the direction of 15 centimeter displacement. It is in the direction of this weight 50 Newton. So work done will be what? Positive. So M, which is 50 Newton, into G 9.81 into H will be 15 centimeter. We have to convert that in meter. So 0.15 meter. So I'll write down the equation now. Half K x1 square minus x2 square. Don't forget 2. So we have to multiply by 2. I'm showing this 2 in red color. Okay. Every time this numerical appears, all the students make mistake at this point. They forget to multiply 2 over here. Okay. So don't forget to multiply 2 because there are two springs. Okay. So 2K, 2 into half K x1 square minus x2 square. Then we have, okay, that ball, it travels in the direction of weight. Okay, weight is 50 Newton. So work done by this weight, okay, it will be in the direction of weight. Okay, displacement is in the direction of weight. Okay, so force and displacement direction is same, so work done is positive. So mg value, it is directly given in the question. Okay, so that is directly given, so I'll write down plus mgh. Now this m into g is what? This is weight, and this is directly given in the question. This value is equal to change in kinetic energy, half mass into final position is v2 square minus initial position velocity v1 square. So what is velocity at point 2? This is point 2. Okay, so I'll mark point 1 and 2 in the diagram. So this is point 2 for the ball and this is point 1 for the ball. Okay, so we have to write down v2 square minus v1 square because that is change in kinetic energy. So final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Okay, so substitute the values here. 2 into half K value, okay, it is 60 Newton per meter into x1 square minus x2 square. So x1 is 0.02667 square minus x2 square 0.0767 square plus mg is W. Okay, and what is the weight given in question? 50 into what is height? Height is 0.15 meter. Okay, there it is given in centimeter, right? In question, this height ball travels. Okay, that is given in centimeter. Since we are using all the units in meter, so this will be 0.15 meter equal to half into mass of the ball. It is 50 divided by 9.81. Here mass is given, here weight is not given. Okay, be careful here. Multiplied by initial velocity, it is 0. Okay, and we have to find final velocity. So final velocity we will have in bracket v2 square. Now only unknown in this equation is v2 square. Okay, rest all the values we know in this equation. So we can calculate v2. v2 is equal to 1.6796 meter per second. Now this numerical, it can be solved using centimeter units as well. Okay, if you are comfortable with centimeters, everything is given in centimeter. Okay, so you have to just substitute the value and you will get the answer. That answer will also match with this one. Okay, it will be in centimeter per second, this is in meter per second. Okay, you will get same answer, but when you are using meter per second unit, you have to be careful. Okay, when you are converting the units, don't forget to convert K unit as well. You have to convert K unit, you have to convert distances as well. Okay, don't convert partially. So this was about the numerical which we saw here. Now as I told you before, one more variation could be in this numerical, both the springs are initially under tension. Okay, both the springs could be initially under compression as well, or whatever the given length is there, that could be free length of spring as well. So if given length is free length, x1 will be 0. You have to only calculate x2. Okay, so with this we have completed the numericals of work energy principle. Okay, we will stop over here.